Okay, class. Good morning. Good morning, all. So today is 37th day of the summer school. So today we have a speaker, Eishkaran. So he is just finally a pass out student. So yesterday he completed his all formalities from Thapar. So he is expert in multiple domains. He is Kaggle master also. Uh, and apart from this, he is expert in deep learning, image processing. So many things are there. You can explore him in his LinkedIn profile. So Eishkaran, over to you.
So hello guys, this is Eishkaran this side. Um, I am working as an intern at JP Morgan Chase. I recently completed my graduation, like sir told you right now. Apart from that, I worked as a research intern previously at MIT, not the Manipal Institute, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. And I have been publishing papers from past 2 years. And this year, I went to ICLR, which is a A-star conference as a solo author and represented Thapa over there. If you guys have any ideas or if you want to do research, just I'm open to collaborating with you if the idea is good and if we have something solid to work upon. So I'm open to all kinds of queries, whether it's your deep learning, it's your LLMs, agentic AIs, multiple agents, or even your Mamba networks or graph neural networks. So like this is basically my domain of work which I work upon. If apart from this, I do have an experience in machine learning, but machine learning is just the beginning. Right now, the researchers have gone beyond LLMs even. So if you have any doubts coming up during the session, even we'll just take small breaks in and around. So I'll try to and handle all the queries during that break that we have. Okay, so guys, everyone might have the access to the GitHub repo, which Sher had shared, which is https www.github.com/Eishkaran/TSS resources 2025. I'll just drop you guys the um, chat for the same, the link for the same of the repo. Okay. So this is the basically repo that we will be following today. And what I'll do is we'll just first see how and what Olama is, and then we'll proceed on to how the projects can be built using Olama, and Olama will be acting as a base point where you can locally host your LLMs and then work upon those LLMs in a private mode instead of going to ChatGPT and searching every time over there. The major reason that we're going to host LLMs locally is ChatGPT exposes data to the users out there, and it's in its training later on. And we might sometimes have sensitive data, which is, which cannot be shared later on to the people or by anyone or cannot be seen by anyone. So we need something which can be done locally. So that's why we're going to use Olama. There are multiple tools that you can explore. Today, we're going to do with Olama. Tomorrow, we might go with LM Studio, which is a different tool. And LM Studio will help us to show how the servers are going to happen. So first, we're going to start with Olama. Um, I hope that you guys are done with installations. If just want to check, like, if you're done with the installations, just go with the command on a command prompt /terminal. Okay, and you just enter Olama, you get this kind of a thing. And if this is coming up, which means that your Olama has been properly installed and working out. Okay, and then available commands. These commands are gonna help you to run Olama at any moment of time locally or in the code, Python code that you write. If I list like what all LLMs I have installed on my system right now, one is DeepSeek R1 14B model, and one is Qwen 3 8B model. Okay. So we'll be working upon those later on. like how these two models are different and what is the major difference between two of them. And if I, just apart from the code, if I just want to run how a local LLM will be working, so I'm just gonna give the command Olama run DeepSeek R1 14B, which is a model name as it is, and just click on enter. And guys, I'll prefer that you keep on doing it side by side so that you have this thing in your mind or while solving it that this is how it's going to be done on a command prompt slash terminal. So when you run this command, this will be basically hosting your LLM locally and you can chat with it directly.
Uh,
Supposedly,
एक मिनट Eishkaran, they install 1.5b. So
yeah.
what should be
So,
the kindly write the command also.
okay. Um, so once you go what for running anything, like you just list Olama list, you get the model's name over here. Just copy the model name over here from here, like which will be like in your case, it will be DeepSeek R1 1.5B. Just download it, copy it from here, then Olama run, and then copy paste the model name from there. So it's basically gonna be like Olama list, model name, copy, paste it in the next command, the model will be running. So in my case, it's the 14B model, but in your case, it will be 1.5. So basically, the major difference will be just this.
Class, I think everyone start the DeepSeek. Please write your response in the chat. Yes, no.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna run the 14B model. When it's done, you'll see something of a send a message or dash slash comma question mark for help. And this is your local chat GPT which is hosted. And if I give an example, like write a Python code for finding out whether the given three numbers are Pythagorean triplet or not. Make sure that you give the code in Python. So this is a basic prompt which you guys write to ChatGPT even for generating a code. So the same prompt, I'm gonna give it over here so that it runs the same command and just hit the enter once you're giving the prompt to Olama. It's gonna take some time, and this process, this speed of generation is totally dependent upon how big the RAM is and how fast your computer is. It might take some time. It may be slow, it may be fast. So whatever the time is, take some time and try one or two, three prompts apart from this. Okay. So everyone, it is coming over here as thinking. Does anyone know that what is thinking meaning over here?
It
Like,
is trying to generate the best possible response. I think, uh,
yeah.
like,
So basically, exactly. So basically, when we were having, the GPT 3.5 or GPT 4, it didn't even have the capabilities to reason itself. Okay. So this is basically reasoning with the question and reasoning out whether the code or slash the answer that is giving to us, whether it is correct or not. So that is what it is thinking about. Just let it get finished and it will come in a different color over here that what all is gonna be there. For example, like if you just go through the reasoning that it has generated, first of all, it figures out what a Python program, it has to write a Python program that determines three given triplets. And it gets to know that it has to give the triplets in the form of a square plus b square is equals to c square, which is the Pythagorean triplet conditions. So it generates a step-by-step thinking for itself, like how it has to be done, like, which is the way we write the code. And then it goes on with generation of something, as the code over here, a equal to this input, which is what we do in actual Python language even. And then we have to sort this triplet because C is always the hypotenuse, and it sorts the input as A, B, and C with C as the hypotenuse over there. And it checks and verifies from there. Exactly. You can check the process. You can check the process of, like whether the whole process of thinking is there or not in ChatGPT by clicking the reasoning or thinking button over there. And right now, why it is taking a bit of time is now it's handling the edge cases. The edge cases, as in, like, how do I handle cases when someone enters non-integer values like 3.5? So this is what we have to consider while, you know, solving lead code problems even, or, while coding any problem out there. Yes, it's all running offline. Offline in the terms like on a local PC, not that it's gonna sharing the data ahead of after that. Guys, you can try with any other prompt even. Like, this is taking a bit of time. So let's see how much it's gonna take time. Yep. See, you can see it's in a grayish solution over there. Now it's giving us the final solution. The final solution is coming in a proper white color. First, it's going to give us the approach. Approach is first step, input handling, then validation check, then sorting, and then checking Pythagorean condition. So now the Python codes come over here. Yep. So this is your Python code, which you copy paste from your chat GPT and paste it on your terminals to run. So this is how basically a local LLM runs. And guys, one thing more. The 14B parameter model might give better accurate responses. The 1.5B model might not give better accurate responses. So it's fine if the model hallucinates in between. And guys, I might use some technical terms like hallucinations over here. So if you're not sure about what hallucinations is, or any technical term that you don't come across and you don't know about it, you can just ask stop me and ask me like what does it mean? Okay. So have you guys tried it out? Just take 2 or 3 minutes more, and then we can go on to find like how what the projects can be done. Anyone has any questions, I can answer at that moment of time. Till that time, just explore like how this is running. Okay, so I use the word hallucination. Um, Okay. Hallucination in layman terms, if I mention it to everyone, hallucination is basically the misaccuracies that a chat GPT might generate. Supposedly, like right now, chat GPT or any of the models, they are very accurate. Like they are accurate to a very extent of point. But earlier, they never used to be this much accurate, like in the 3.5 or 4, 4.0 turbo. So what hallucination used to mean, like sometimes while solving complex tasks, it can make the smaller tasks like 1 plus 1 equal to 2 as wrong. And we used to refer these to as, misconceptions or, something which is not happening right. So this is what we refer to as hallucinations in layman terms. And there has been a lot of research like how we can reduce this hallucinations happening in, while generation of a prompt or whatever can be done. There was this thing like, everyone would have heard about RAG, and I'll show you like how we can make the answers coming from RAG a bit more accurate than your normal RAG.
Excuse me, I wanted to ask one thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Uh, is the false generation of data like generally it happens in perplexity when we put in like some thing to search, it generates like false these things, what you call references. Is this generation of false references also under hallucinations?
Okay, so if I explain that, hallucination as a, proper definition, hallucination refers to as, generation of false or misleading or fabricated content, which is factually incorrect or nonsensical. Like this is the layman terms of what hallucination actually means as. It can be, anything from there. It literally can be anything. Okay, so guys, there was this thing like ChatGPT. We can upload our files, documents, etc. We can upload over here also. Yes, we can upload using Olama any of the files that we have, and I'll be showing you how we're gonna do that. Guys, you're done with this. So once you are done with this, we just you can say bye to it, or you can say Control D to end it up, and this chat will automatically end from here. Like we can just stop the generation from here. Yep. So Control C, and your whole of the generation stops, and the model will stop loading over there. Okay. So now, if we come back again, we have two projects that we have. One is hybrid drag BM25, and one is multi-agent investment advisor. So what I'm gonna help you do it out is, first of all, just click on, how you do it is git clone and then copy paste from here and clone the whole of the repo. It will be easier for you to allocate it up. Like,
ईश्वरन इसको रिपीट करो एक बार.
yep, yes, sir. Basically, what I'm gonna do is git clone space, then go to code over here, HTTPS, click on HTTPS over here, and then you get a whole dot git link over here. Just click on copy URL to the Git clipboard and paste it over here. So it's gonna be like git space clone space the link complete. And then when you just hit enter over here, the whole of a repo will be downloaded on your laptops directly. You just don't need to go to code over here and then download zip file and then extract the zip file and open it up. This is a much faster way of doing the things.
Class, are you getting? सभी को कोई इशू है तो प्लीज राइट इन द चैट और यू मे अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ.
If you want, I can do it for you guys. Like I want to download it in the downloads folder. So CD downloads over here, clear. For me, it already exists, so I cannot download it again. So I'm just gonna go to, yeah, you can, yeah, it will be downloaded in a C drive, not downloads. You can change the path. Okay, so how you're gonna change the path is like first delete the file from there. When you open a command prompt, it is at the home location. Home location is usually your C drive or a desktop or something else. So CD, locate where you want to go at. Like for me, it was like downloads. I had desktop, documents, downloads, tab, tab, tab. Downloads comes in. I just click on enter. I'm at the directory of downloads. So this directory of downloads is what I want my GitHub repo to be downloaded. So then I run the command, this git clone, and it will be downloaded over there. Those of you who have done downloaded, guys, Olama will not be opening. Olama is basically an application which just shows up in the tab over here. It doesn't open at all. Okay. Olama can be just tested using Olama command on the command prompt or terminal.
So
Yep.
class, those who are in Windows, so they can use dir, and जो Mac या Linux use कर रहे हैं, तो they can write ls. So it will list all the directories, all the files in the directory.
And these are the two projects that we're going to follow. Okay. One is hybrid drag BM25. Then another one is multi-agent investment advisor. Okay. So first, we just try to do a basic rag, and I want you guys to tell me like what a rag is. Like you guys might have done rag till now. So just tell me like what a rag is in a basic, layman terms. Like what have you understood about rag? I know it is retrieval augmented generation, but like tell me something which is more than retrieval augmented generation for a rag. Anyone knows? Or anyone wishes to answer? Like anything. Like what is rag as a basic question? Guys, anyone knows? Know? Like answer this question. Like does all of you guys know what a rag is? Or do you want me to explain what a rag is? Anyone knows about it? Okay. So, if I explain to you layman terms, just I'll help you out with something which is cool enough. This is what a rag diagram of conceptual flow is. And later on, if you want to read about RAG in depth, you can go to this AWS resource of Amazon. Like it is going to explain what a RAG is. RAG basically is like when you give prompt or query to get or fetch relevant information from your own knowledge sources. It fetches that relevant information, enhances that information using the large language model endpoint that we have, and gives us the generated or modified content of the knowledge resources that we have from the and gives it like supposedly a knowledge base consists of my resume. I ask what a resume, like who is Eishkaran or where did Eishkaran do his engineering from. It goes to the knowledge sources, It fetches using LLM, like where did Eishkaran do his engineering from, and then gives the output to the user as to answering the prompt or the query that I asked it in the starting. So this is basically the whole RAG that we had. And this RAG used to work a lot, before till 2024. And nowadays we have, better options than RAG, than, going in for something of RAG. And RAG, while doing RAG, it will be having a lot of inaccuracies over there. So I'm gonna show like how those inaccuracies can be, reduced by using something named as BM25, which is best match 25 algorithm. Okay. So coming back over here, I want you guys to activate whatever your virtual environment is. For my instance, it's Conda. Like I use Conda a lot. So Conda, first of all, go to the directory named as CD hybrid rag. Okay. Conda, activate the virtual environment. Sorry. So like whoever uses Conda, from base, it will switch to Cont, which means that my virtual environment is activated. Okay. And then once you're done with activating our virtual environment,
हाँ ईश्वरन
just
थोड़ा वेट वेट इनको बच्चों को करने दो और इनसे पूछ भी लो.
yeah. Guys, virtual environment everyone has set up on their computers, right? Okay. First of all, guys, Conda will be running for those computers which have already installed, Anaconda on their computers. Those are few who haven't. For them, the code will be different. Yep. Python M, VNV basically. And the second VNV refers to as the name of the virtual environment that you want to give it as. This is the command which I've shared, which will create a virtual environment named as RAG. And once you have created a virtual environment, you have to run the command source rag slash bin slash activate. The rag in both the terms can be changed to any name of yours according to you what you want. This source command is valid for, Mac OS users, and for, the Windows or using command prompt, it will be rag slash scripts slash activate. And guys, for those of you, the Conda is not installed, then you can install it later on and then run it over there. But for the moment, use the commands, two commands which I've shared above. Guys, everyone has installed the virtual, like, have activated the virtual environment or not? Just confirming this thing. Drop in a yes or no. Okay. So virtual environment is done. Once you are done, everyone knows the command. Guys, unmute yourself because okay. Those of you who are not able to understand what has to be done, please unmute yourself and ask the questions. It will be better for me to understand your problem and answer it out. Guys, are you done with your virtual environment getting activated? What about others, like other than Deepinder or Harpreet or other people? Okay. So what we do is once your virtual environment is activated, we run the command pip install dash r, which represents read requirements.txt. So basically, it's gonna run all of the requirements.txt file which I have created over there. And just once you run this command, just hit enter. And since it's gonna install all of the packages in your virtual environment, that is how we're gonna do over here. And once you're done, let me know. Like once you have done running the command of pip install, wait, let me show you the command. Yep, this is the command. So once you're done, let me know. Guys are done with this installation of requirements.txt, like requirements file basically. You cannot open up the requirements file. You just have to run the following command. I just share this command over there. Guys, it's requirements, not require. Just check the spellings because when you're doing it on your uh, command center or command terminals, you just need to be accurate. For reference, what I'll do is I'll explain you the trick over here. Yep. So when you do pip install, like first you do ls, you'll get to know about the file name that is requirements.txt. pip install dash R, that is read, and then click on tab. You'll get open up with whatever you want. So just tab and tab, which is requirements.txt, which I want. It gets copy pasted automatically. I don't need to type about it. Got it? Like if I want to go to switch to PDFs, it'll come PDF slash whatever. I hope it's clear now. Okay, so pip install dash R. Click on first the tab key that you have. Will show up like all the files that are available. And in order to switch from one file to different, just keep on clicking tab. It will get highlighted, like, and it will show on your command prompt over here. Like right now, PDFs is highlighted and it's showing PDFs over here. I don't want this. I click tab again. Requirements.txt. Yes, this is what exactly I want. Enter. Like this is coming. Enter. Comes up over here. Click on enter. Again, back. And guys, advice to everyone, please hone up your Linux command skills. It will help you while working on a virtual environment because there and then you will not have access to the screens that you might have right now or the mouse clicks. Are you guys done with this? Okay, perfect. It's still running. I'll just take a minute more and then we'll start. Okay, so as of for those, like once we're done running with this, I'm like sharing a command in the chat, which is streamlit, the file name. File name is hybrid underscore drag underscore BM25.py. Just click enter on it and it will activate, you know, the whole of the local host and the streamlit application on your user. It will show something of this sort. Okay, and guys, it might take some time to load. Like I have a faster system right now and it's not taking time for me to load, but you can just drag and drop the file that you want. Supposedly, I want to, drop my resume on the chat. It's going to take some time. Like this running will happen over here. And once this message prompt comes up, you can type in the query that you want to. Like in the starting, I told you, I want to know from where did Eishkaran did his engineering from, right? So I'm just going to give this, you know, prompt to the LLM to find out from my resume from where did I do my engineering from. And of course, it won't know, from where each can do my engineering. So it's gonna find from my resume and give us the correct prompt out there. I just wanna share the thinking even. And guys, it will take some time to run. So please be patient about it, okay? And those of you who are facing any issues, let me know in the chat. Um, and unmute yourself and ask the issues, please. I don't know what this defaulting to user installation because normal site packages is not writable. I don't know what it means. So yeah, this unmute yourself, it will be easier for me to explain it to you. What does it mean? Okay, see, the thinking part is over here. This is the thinking that it did, and this can be visible, cannot be visible. It's on me whether to show it to you guys or not. But the answer is this. Eishkaran completed his BTech in computer engineering from Thapar Institute of Engineering and Technology, Patala. And this is the kind of answer which we wanted, right? Guys, this is again. The model does exist, LangChain. I'll just confirm you back. Yep. The LangChain is there. So you just need to do those of you who are done with the you guys first of all understand this thing. You need to install the pip the command of this command first of all, the pip install requirements file. If you're not installing this command, the query, the code will not be able to run.
क्लास
Okay,
क्लास किसी का रन हुआ है क्या completely? Write in the chat yes no.
guys, keep on asking your questions wherever you feel a doubt is. Like for I shared in the chat, the command that has to be run after pip install requirements file is this streamlit run hybrid underscore rag underscore BM25. And you can give it, you know, any file over here, like PDFs, and then just chat with the PDF that you want to chat, or in whatever way you want to. Like if I say like where is it's gonna take some time, think about the query, and then give us some answer out there. Okay, so if it's showing, okay, okay, got a point. Um, Sorry, my bad. Guys, do one thing. Go on to Nano, like type this command Nano hybrid rag dot py. Let's see. Yep. When you do it, it will open up the whole of the code file for you guys. come to the PDF directory and just change this path to whatever path that you guys have, the actual path that you guys have. And you guys need to change the model from 14B to 1.5B over here. You guys need to make these two edits for yourself, for your. Like basically, the new file will be looking something of uh 1.5B over here. And if you want to make it better, not yep, you can define it in this way, or you can give a proper path to your PDFs directory, which you have over here. Uh, this PDFs directory path you can take out. Like, for example, go to CD, PDFs, and then just type PWD. You'll get the complete path to the PDFs directory. Copy it, paste it over here. And once you're done making the edits, just click on Control X, Y, which will save changes for you, and then hit enter. Guys, any doubts? Um, and guys, sorry, my nano commands are basically for, the Linux terminals or the Mac OS terminals. Those of you who are using Windows, they can, go in and do the manual editing of the file even. Um, I guess, guys, any more doubts? This might be the command for your Windows to. Okay, so Devinder, like, what's the errors that you're getting after that? Unmute yourself and explain me the errors, please. Okay. Just install. Okay, for Streamlit not being recognized. First, pip uninstall Streamlit. Okay. Okay, got it. Um, for editing in the files that you have to do, first of all, when you come to the PDF underscore directory, that is this line, change the path that you have, change it to the path of your PDF directory according to your computers, okay? The relative path basically. And the next line itself, where it is like model is equal to Olama, change this from 14B to 1.4B. 1.5 basically, sorry, not 1.4. Got it, everyone? And then once you are done making the edits, just click on Control X, then hit Y, which is yes, and then hit enter. Guys, any doubts? Anyone facing any errors or doubts, let me know, please. Once you're done editing, just click on Control X. It will ask you to save, whether to save or discard your changes. For then click Y, which is command for saving the changes that you have made, and then hit enter. And once you're done with the changes, just run the Streamlit run command. Basically, this command that I've done. This command to be run after you have made changes to your notepad file. Uh, Streamlit will take some time to run. Like for example, like for me, even it took some time. Okay, if I show you again, it opens up. It shows up like this. Drag and drop your files here. Once you are done, uploading a file that you want to, it will take some time to run. Then only you will be able to enter your, prompt or yep. So it takes some time according to the users that you have. Once you're done making the changes, save the changes, then run streamlit run space the file name dot py, hit enter, and you will be redirected to browser automatically. Or if you're not redirected automatically, just click on the local URL part over here. That is localhost colon 8501. Guys, anyone facing any issues, please let me know. Um, okay. Rohan, can you just explain this like in which like where are you face coming up with this issue? Like at which point of time? Uh, Guys, 14B has to be changed to 1.4B. I just explained this thing. Yeah, Bhavya, I told you that Nano is not only recognizable in terminal slash Linux commands. For you, you can manually, if you're using a Windows system, just go and manually change the file. Uh, yes, so basically, SS, there are two lines that we have to change. One is the PDF directories line, and another one is the model file. And Rohan, for you, the error that you mentioned that why you are getting, that Unicode error. Basically, you're using backslashes as in this, which is not supported in, Python. So basically, just add R over there. Like once it's done, like whatever your path is, suppose this is your path having backslashes, put R in front of it. It will work out. If it doesn't, change the backslashes to forward slashes. If changing backslashes to forward slashes doesn't even work, then use double backslashes. It will help you out. After editing, just run the Streamlit command that you have given. Guys, anyone facing any other issues? Depender, your file path should be this, the C drive one. Yeah. For Depender, it's gonna be like new folder slash hybrid, like whatever the thing is, and then guys, acknowledge in the chat like who all have got the code running till now. Guys, what about others? Like, what's the status for the code? If you're still facing some issues, just unmute yourself and ask the issues directly, or if you want to go on chat and ask it, you can ask on chat even. Yes, Rohan, you can open up any PDF file, but make sure one thing that larger the PDF file, the more time it's gonna take. Um, Guys, any other more doubts?
हेलो।
Yep. Hi.
भाई मेरा लोकल होस्ट जो है वो रन हो चुका है अभी, मतलब स्ट्रीमलेट की वो लोकल होस्ट की फाइल जो है मेरी एज में खुल चुकी है अभी। और अभी यहाँ पे आ रहा है कि अपलोड अ पीडीएफ, ड्रैग एंड ड्रॉप
Yep.
फाइल हेयर।
Yep.
तो यहीं पे यहीं तक ही पहुंचना था या इसके आगे भी कोई स्टेप है?
Upload the file and you will come to something of this sort, and then just chat with the file that you want to upload and do it with.
ओके, तो हमने कोई भी मतलब अपनी फाइल जो अपलोड कर लेनी है इसमें?
Yeah,
ओके भाई,
exactly.
थैंक यू भाई।
No worries. Guys, you can unmute yourself and ask your doubts like this. It's better. Um, Rohan, Guys, how many of you have done with the like running of this code? Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna explain you one thing that how this rag is better than the other rags out there. First of all, if you see over here, build BM25 retriever, which is best match 25 retriever, and it has build semantic retriever. So basically, we are using two kinds of retrievers, which is semantic search. Retriever basically refers to as what is the search algorithm we are using. Like I told you in the starting, like what RAG does is when we give a prompt to it, like over here, if I show you, yeah, when we give a prompt to it, the query goes to search the relevant information. When it has to search for the relevant information, this relevant information is searched using two retrievers. It is usually done using one retriever, but in order to increase the accuracy and to reduce the hallucinations, we are using two retrievers over here. One retriever is a semantic search. The semantic search is basically like most of you guys might know about it, that it works on vector embeddings. Got it? And the another search is the BM25 one. Anyone knows what a BM25 is? Okay, so I explained to you. The semantic search is basically it works upon, vector embeddings, like I told you, or vector similarity. And the BM25 retriever basically works upon TF-IDF probabilities, like the term frequency matrices. Like, has anyone heard about the name TF-IDF? Okay, so those of you who haven't, it's a homework for you. Figure out what TF-IDF means, and it is very important. Why? Because you need to know like what TF-IDF actually means. Okay. And the another difference between semantic retriever and BM25 retriever is that this one is a bit slower and this is faster. But um, this is again, yeah. Um, this is a bit slower and this is faster. The for main particular reason that it works on vector embeddings and this one works upon inverted index. So this is a main difference that we have over here in terms of why the answers that we're gonna get are more accurate than the one that we, have it out there on the basis of just semantic search. Thus, making this RAG as not just RAG, but an hybrid approach to a RAG. Because BM25 is also known as a sparse retriever, and this is a dense retriever, which is that it goes in depth and then gets the information. And this is a sparse, meaning that it will just match with the exact word that it has and then gets us the answer. So when dense and sparse comes together, it forms a good assembled model, which is, you know, performs and gives us less inaccuracies. Any doubts, guys? Guys, any doubts? Okay. So guys, tell me one thing. You guys have two options over here right now. You want to take some break and then, go on with the multi-agent investment advisor, or you guys want to continue with it and end up with the sessions fast. Like, it's your choice.
Uh, okay. एक 5 मिनट 10 मिनट का ब्रेक ले लेते हैं एटलीस्ट.
Okay, so let's do.
Done. You can go ahead.
So I'm audible now?
Yes, yes, you're audible.
Okay. So guys, we all were able to understand like what the other thing is. So now we'll move to another part. That is the multi-agent investment advisor. What exactly agents is? Like you guys might have built agents now. Anyone knows what agents are? Anyone just open up like, just tell me like any definition of agents or what exactly are you doing right now in agents or agentic AI, which you guys all work upon? Anyone, any answers? Okay. So first of all, I'll just share my screen. Right, is my screen visible? Okay. Anyone? Any answers about agentic AI or agents? No. Okay, so what exactly, like I'll say as agents are basically those systems or they are basically those tools which work on a particular task. And the task is to, just keep on working about that. Let's say, for example, I give you like code generation agents. So code generation agents just work upon the one particular task that they have to generate code, nothing else. And what they do is that they execute actions step by step. Like, they use APIs, search engines, and then generate those, execute those actions one by one instead of just like LLMs solving all the actions all at once. It takes one action at a time and solves it out. Those are basically known as agents over here. You can say so, they're automated, but I'll say as they work in a cluster, like different agents come together to work in a cluster to, you know, follow a specific task. Like for example, like right now, the project that we are working, we are using a single agent, like single LLM, but multiple agents. Like the agents we have, there are two agents. If I show you up, if you see the code over here, like my screen is visible, I guess. Yeah. So one is the stock advisor prompt, and another is the crypto advisor. So basically, it has two different agents. One is just specifically based upon what cryptography or Bitcoin, Ethereum is, and another one is just on stock markets, Indian stock markets or international stock markets. And sometimes right now, like what we are doing is like the what the research is going on is agents are working in such a way that they deploy two agents having the same LLM. Like for example, they are deployed upon Llama, having Llama as a base. What they do is they ask a particular agent that you are the agent who is going to do code execution or who has to do reasoning. you have to give the answer to this particular question. So it generates the answer to the particular question. And once that answer is generated, another agent, which is acting as a judge, it cross verifies whether the answer generated by that agent is correct or not. And if it is correct, then how much of correct it is. So this is how, you know, we work with multi-agents, and you can have multiple agents for multiple LLMs or multi-agents with one LLM. Everything can work out. Okay, got it? Everyone understood like what exactly agents are and how agents exactly work as. Any other doubts for anyone? Guys, any other doubts for anyone? Like other than the Pinder? Okay. Since you had guys had downloaded the whole of the repo, like git cloned the whole repo, so you guys might be having. Yeah, this multi-agent over here. Okay, so basically, what we're gonna do over here is we're gonna use another model, which is Quinn over here, not DeepSeek. Why? Because DeepSeek is more of a reasoning models, which has a reasoning ability, and Quinn, you know, it is more like a agentic model. It is more mature, and it is able to handle agents in a much better way. Okay. So you guys can do one thing, like you can download this model, which is through the same method that we did earlier, Olama pull Quen 3 8 billion parameter model. And I guess this model will work upon a 16 GB system even very easily. Like I'll just confirm you this thing. If we have a smaller model for you, we'll just use that if possible. Okay. So what you guys can do is, if you guys want to be a bit faster, you can use the 0.6 billion parameter model. Okay. First, let me explain you how I find out which model will be right for us or not. Go to Olama. Okay. You come up with something named as Discord GitHub models. Click on models over here and search for the model that you're working upon. We have to work upon a Quen 3 model, which is the latest generation of Quen. We can use Gemma if we want to, but this is a vision-based model. We cannot use this. We don't have the use case for this. So we're gonna use Quen 3. And for Quen 3, we have a 0.6 billion parameter, 1.7, 4, 8, 14, 30, 32 to 35. Understand this thing. 8 billion parameter model can be run easily and in an efficient manner in a 16 GB of RAM system. Any model above that requires more of a compute. Okay, it is easy as that. So either you can use the Quen 8B model, or if you want to be faster, you can use the Quen 7B or 1.7B or 4B model. Like it's your choice for that. Okay. And if you guys want to be a bit fast, so like just copy, like you're getting the option to get copy from here. Copy this model, Olama pull over here. Just you can, paste Olama point 3 1.7B, and when you run it, you will be able to uh get the whole of the JSON. Like if I just show it how it's going to be running in front of you. Yep. So this is how you're going to download it up. So just take 5-10 minutes, download up this model, and we'll work upon this model. Okay? Got it, everyone? I'm not going to download it because I have 8B model already downloaded with me. So we are going to use the 8B model for me, but you guys can use the 1.7 billion parameter model. It will be faster to download and it will be faster for you guys even. I'll just download you guys so that's faster. Guys, is anyone facing this any issues in this step? You know, the whole of the process is gonna be same. I'm gonna explain you like what is the difference in the architecture that we have and what are the changes that we're gonna make. When everyone is done installing the model, just let me know what is the like whether you are done installing or not. Are you guys done installing or do you need some more time? Okay. All right. So, guys, what about the others? Like, are you done installing the model or not? Kindly confirm, please. Okay. We'll take another 2 or 3 minutes more. Guys, done with it, or you need some more time? Okay. So, um, I guess you guys might have been done with it. I'll just stop. I'll just let it continue for 1 minute more. Okay. So, I guess you guys are done with it. So, what we do is, okay. So now create a virtual environment. You guys have known like what a virtual environment is, and we install the same Python SKB, like we have the Python pip install dash r requirements.txt file. We install all the packages for using this for this particular code event. If you want, you can create another virtual environment, or on the previous virtual environment, you can install the same requirements file over here. The command for the same is again pip install dash r requirements.txt. Okay. My bad. This is the thing, not the perform. Okay, so is everyone done? Like once you guys are done with this, let me know. Okay, so for your reference, what we are going to do is that the code that we have right now, that is multi for the multi-agent investment advisory, we will have two agents. Like there's a stock advisor, and another one is the crypto advisory agent. These two agents will be acting as an independent agents, and sometimes they might work together. Sometimes, they might act alone even. Okay, so and when the agents they work together, or when they are working independently, this basically refers to as Swan architecture. SWARM basically. Okay. And if I just show you like how a Swarm architecture works is, just open up the code file that you guys have. This is the code that we have. If you see over here, this one, the pre-built create React agent and the land graph underscore swarm. These two basically are going to be the ones that are going to decide which agent should be used at which moment of time. Okay. So this is how we're going to use it all. And if you see how it is done in a code, like this is the library for the importing the data. If we come back just down over here, yep, over here, the workflow create underscore swarm, the agents. Oh, sorry, it's pulling up. Yep, over here. This is how the agents are defined, and they work together like that. Is anyone having any other doubts till the moment? Any questions, anyone? Okay. So since no one has any questions over here, so I'm gonna ask you one thing. I'm gonna ask you to edit model file over here, which is you will change this A to 1.5 for yourself. Okay. I will work upon 8B model. You guys can change it to 1.5. I have defined a temperature over here. Does anyone know what a temperature means? Like, what is a temperature for an LLM? Like, anyone knows about this? What a temperature is referred to as? Guys, please answer. Um, anyone willing to answer or dropping in a message to everyone? Yeah, exactly. So basically, a temperature refers to as like you can say it in this way. Basically depicts the conciseness of the output that we need. When the temperature it ranges from 0 to 1, okay? Like the temperature ranges 0 to 1, and the more it is closer to zero, the more precise and concise the answers will be. And since the answers will be more precise and concise, so they won't be creative. And as and when we increase the temperature towards 1, it becomes more creative in terms of whether it has to tell like poems or jokes. It becomes creative at that moment of time. Okay, so that is what temperature decides. Since this is a stock advisory like thing for us, so we will be using a temperature here as 0.1 defined. Okay, so you guys can just try and run this code now. If you see it over here, the same command, streamlit run advisor.py, and I just open it up, copy this URL, paste it up. Like for example, if I'm gonna ask this, like in any investment query for stocks, like for example, whether I should invest in Nifty, Nifty 50, that is the index for banks in Indian markets, or whether I should invest in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which will yield maximum returns for me. And guys, I'm telling you one thing, please don't trade using this, but just take an advice. If you start to trade, you might lose your money because it's not a trading agent, it's just an advisory agent. So don't do that. Everyone is able to run this command. I just share over here. It will take some time to generate the code or like answer. It will just take some more time to generate the code, like the answer for me. Let's wait. Yep. So, it gave us the decision as to which one to use. It gave us three or four things. One is the return potential. Nifty 50 steady returns 10 to 15% with lower volatility, which we know, right? And Bitcoin, it will give us 10,000x returns. And this is what we have seen, like Bitcoin surging more than $100,000. It then assess the like return potential because we may majorly ask like what is the return, like where we can get a maximum return. But since it's an advisory thing, so it did tell us like what are the risks involved. So it told us about the risk, and then it told us further what the liquidity and accessibility for each of the trading markets is. Nifty 50 can be bought very easily. Bitcoin, it isn't. Why? Because, it is first of all illegal in India, and secondly, how you are gonna keep it, where you're gonna keep it, doesn't it's another question mark over there. Like, you need to have crypto wallets, and how good those crypto wallets are, you don't know. And apart from that, so it has given us the recommendations that prioritize Nifty if you seek balanced growth with lower risk, and Bitcoin only if you have high risk tolerance and a long-term horizon. So this is how it gave an answer. And in the back end, if you see over here, yeah, we gave this. The AI message came as using Stock Advisor first, which is the agent. It uses Stock Advisor agent. It got this prompt, and then it transferred it to Advisor. Since we had to use both Nifty 50, which is a stock advisor, and cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, so it's gonna be like transfer to crypto, and then the crypto advisor then generated the prompt, like got the answer for us, and this is the answer. Answering the question, like how to ask another question related to the answer it gave. Like it has given us the prompt for precise data on Bitcoin's performance and all. It can fetch specific details using, those tools. So you can just give an answer over here, like what all things that you want to work upon. And yes, it will be accurate to the latest markets just because of one particular reason. Like if you see the code over here, wait, I just show you. We're using an API key. Yep, this one. Import key for Yahoo Finance. So all of the Yahoo Finance markets, like which are all stocks it will consist of, it will just call all of those markets, like you can see over here. The stock is equal to YF dot ticker, and this is going to determine whichever ticker that we input over here, whether it's Apple, GOG for Google, or anything over here. It will just calculate the price history. It will see intervals at any moment of time. And if you want to go in for trading, you can build this in such a way that, this interval is not one day. It can be reduced to hours slash seconds, minutes slash seconds. It can be historical period can be increased to like 250 days or more than 2 years or 3 years to build a proper model. Okay, so this is how it is actually getting the all of the answers to it. And if I ask a particular query like tell me what was the latest close price of Nifty 50, everyone knows what a close price is. That is the close price. A close price is basically at what rate the stock closed the previous date. It is not fetching it up. So yeah, that's the case. It's not tradable. Like, okay, wait, let me do change it to Apple. Or rather, I'll change it to Google. Just let me confirm. Google Picker. It's this only. Okay. See, the latest closing price of Google is $182.81. And let's see like how much accurate or you know it is. $182.81 and $182.81. This is how accurate it is in fetching information. It's a real life trend going on over here. One day. Previous close, 181. Right now, it's 182.81 over here. So that is how you can build an advisory agent for you guys. I'm gonna ask like what is the price trends for Google right now? So it's gonna tell me like what are the additional details that we can get for Google. Guys, everyone understood like what is happening over here. And if you come to the backend over here, like this is a backend call. And if you see over here, the fetch stock info, which is working from Yahoo Finance, it fetched the latest current price as 182.81, the minimum price, the average last price of the year, the net income. Wait a second, where is it gone? Yep, the net income, the total revenue of the company, even. So it fetches all this information from, you know, uh, the Yahoo Finance API. And you, okay, so since I see that it's not, you know, having a history of remembering the prompts, you can create this feature for yourself and it can be a whole end-to-end project for you guys. You need to be- It won't work out. It will, okay. So you can, sorry, you can just build an end-to-end project like where you can keep a history of charts and then work upon, the advisory models and you can add more features to it as to like long context windows, rolling windows. You can develop a trading system if you want and can be a full end-to-end project for you guys. And for in terms of projects, like if you see the placements out there, just remember one thing, whatever projects that you build it from right from the front end and the back end both, and make sure that you are unique while building your projects. Because everyone can build agents, everyone can code, everyone can build a clone of Spotify, Zomato, everything. Right now, every coding can be done via ChatGPT. Everyone does it, and even companies are using it. So build something which is actually unique. Just search upon like, what agentic projects you can build and build some good agentic projects and deploy them somewhere on Streamlit or something as a source so that you can, if you want to show it to someone, you're able to show it even. Any questions, anyone? Guys, any question? Like, what is working? Can you just please explain it to me? Yeah, the advisory part will surely work, but I don't know whether you should trade using this or not. Everyone got it? Anyone doubts? Having any doubts over here? Fair enough.
तो ईश्वरन कितना रह गया और?
So it's done. So I've explained them two projects, so they can use these projects and deploy them somewhere and work upon them.
Oh, great. एक काम करना, kindly upload some manual on the GitHub also, so that
Okay,
they
so
can refer something.
hmm
And some plan is there कि ये क्या क्या कर सकते हैं, and what are the challenges. Challenges means कि how to optimize, how to कैसे रन करना है, and how to change the model. Right now they are working with the DeepSeek. कल
DeepSeek and Quinn.
हाँ, कल किसी और के साथ करना है तो वो भी करेक्शन कैसे करना है, तो ऐसा कोई मैनुअल
hmm
ट्यूटोरियल है तो काइंडली अपलोड इन
Okay,
द गिटहब ऑल्सो.
okay, so
तो रीडमी को ही अपलोड कर दे, रीडमी को एडिट कर देना.
yeah, I read the README.
So
Yes, sir.
class, any question, query last? Else we are going to wind up the session. No? So Ishkar, any last quick comments or
Um,
suggestions?
okay. A comment for all of you guys. Whatever projects that you build, make sure that you're unique out there and build something out of the box. Because everyone is building what you guys have in your mind or whatever exists on GitHub. You just copy paste it, it's visible, and it is evident that it's not something which is unique. If you want to stand out in the application process for any of the companies, you need to be a bit unique out there. So I suggest be unique, seeing the job market out there, be unique and you know, be productive in terms of like building end-to-end things, not leaving them stagnant in between. Because recruiters these days, they don't just see your resume, they open up the links and then do it because they even have the agents working with them.
Okay. Thanks Ishwan. Thanks for the nice suggestions. So I think we're done.